So can you please state your name and year?
Hello, my name is Lindsay Jernigan. I'm a freshman at GW.
So I understand that you've lived in 2 different locations during your life. Can you elaborate that on that a little bit and tell me where you've lived?
Yeah, well, I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee from age 3 to 12, and then 1 year when I was 14, so in 8th grade. And my family's from there. My whole childhood was there. And yeah, my parents are both from there. And then when I was 13, when I was in 7th grade, I moved to London, originally just for a year because my parents had retired and we just went for fun. And then I moved back to Memphis for a year and we decided we liked London better. So now my family has lived in London for 7 years and that's sort of like our new home. No, none of my family really lives in Memphis anymore except for extended family, so I only go back there like once a year. So yeah, now my new home is London.
Do you feel like you're leading 2 different lives? Like, do you still have friends in both places?
Yeah, I definitely have friends in both places. I went to a really small all-girls school, so my friends in Memphis are sort of like friends for life. I'll probably be friends with them forever. But then I also have friends in London that I'm still really good friends with. So, and definitely they're 2 different types of people. Like my friends in Memphis are very conservative, sort of like Christian. They all go to Southern schools, like really big Southern schools. All of their parents have farms, and it's just really funny. It's like a very Southern society, but they're also really fun and I love them. And then my friends in London, all their parents are bankers or travel a lot, and they're just completely different. A lot of them have lived a bunch of different places. Some of them aren't even from America, and a lot of my friends in Memphis haven't even left America. So it's just really interesting to see that balance, but to also have friends from sort of 2 different worlds.
What was it like first coming to London and kind of experiencing that culture shock? Was there a lot of differences when you first moved there?
Well, I was really excited to move to London. Every day when I would ask my dad what percentage we were going to move, because for some reason when I was 12 I really wanted to move there. So I wasn't really scared at all. Even the first day of school, I remember I wasn't even nervous. I just was so excited because also it was a co-ed school and I had been going to an all-girls school, so I was really excited. And I immediately fell in love with London. I didn't really go through any culture shock. I think it was almost the reverse. When I moved back to Memphis in 8th grade, I went through culture shock. It was really bad. It was really weird. I definitely just fit in London better. I don't know how to describe it, but 8th grade was definitely a harder transition than going from Memphis to London.
So what do your family in Memphis think about you guys living in London? Do they miss you? Are they do they not really relate to your London side?
Yeah, they probably, when we first decided we were moving back, that was sort of hard because my family was like, well, you're supposed to only go for a year, why are you going back? We miss you, we don't understand. My grandparents definitely, sometimes they'll complain about how they never get to see us, but I think the rest of my family sort of likes it because they get to come visit us, and well, part of my family gets to come visit us, another part of my family just probably doesn't really get it or relate. We don't really talk about it much with them because they don't really understand. It's completely outside of their world, but for the most part they miss us, but I think they know that we're happier there, so I think they're happy we're happy.
So, which place is better, Memphis or London?
Well, obviously, if you probably asked anyone in the world except for people from Memphis, or including people from Memphis, they would say London, just because it's a world-class city. But Memphis at the same time, every time I go back, I have more and more fun. Memphis offers a completely different thing from what London could ever offer. It's really hard to describe, but Memphis has sort of a culture and a feeling that London could never really have. So every time I go back there, it's comforting, and just the Southern culture I love. So Memphis, I would never discredit Memphis. I would never say don't go there, it's horrible. But London is definitely where I choose to spend most of my time, for sure.
So where do you want to live when you grow up?
Well, I probably am going to live abroad. I don't necessarily want to live in America when I'm older. Who knows? I'd like to travel other places. London's always going to be home, and I'll always be able to go back there, but I'd love to try somewhere new, too.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.